Not so fast. The dinosaurs aren't going anywhere.
Think it once.
Here, let me help you with that. Oh, thank you. Alice, a nice, quiet day at the museum.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Wow. He should have brushed after every meal.
Slow down.
Neato! Look at all these bones. What's this one called, Dad?
It's an Allosaurus.
Allosaurus? Did you hear that, Mom? They named that one after you.
No, sweetheart, not Allosaurus. It's Allosaurus. Allosaurus.
Honey, look at this. It says unearthed by Dr. Barclay Schuyler III.
Barkley, I don't believe it.
Who's that?
The man who discovered this dinosaur. I went to college with him.
You know him?
Sure do, or did. He was a fraternity brother. Whoever thought that one day Barclay would become a famous paleontologist?
He did, I'm sure.
This thing doesn't have any skin. What's holding it together? Crazy glue?
Son, you mustn't climb onto the exhibits.
Dennis!
What am I going to do with you? I told you, we don't touch the exhibits.
I was just trying to figure out what holds it together.
It's held together by specially designed pins.
Like this one?
Yes, just... Dennis! We're leaving. You don't have to get abusive.
Dad, you always say someday you'll look back and laugh. Can we do that now?
Henry, I can't find your other brown Argyle. Any idea where it might be?
I was wearing them both yesterday. I guess the sock monster got it.
Give it to me, Ruff. It's not the sock monster, Ben. I want it to Ruff, so he can get your smell in case we ever have to track you down.
That was thoughtful of you, son. Eat your breakfast. Sweetheart, did the contractor drop off the estimate for the sprinkler system?
I was afraid you'd ask that. It's right there in the bulletin board.
Oh. $375?
And that's just for digging the trenches. The pipes and connections are all extra.
That's robbery.
What, would you call the police?
This is grown-up talk, Dennis.
Why is it every time I have an idea, it's grown-up talk?
Dennis!
Okay.
Well, that settles it. I'll just have to forego a little weekend golf and dig the trenches myself. I'm not paying that kind of money for holes in the ground, especially when we're still paying the museum for the reconstruction of that dinosaur.
Allosaurus.
Whatever.
Oh, don't forget, I've got the neighborhood association meeting early this evening. You and Dennis are on your own for dinner. We're having elections tonight. I'm running for chair lady.
You can have my chair, Mom. I'm finished with it. Russ and me are going to go play with Mr. Wilson.
Don't slam the door.
put a man on the moon, but we can't build a lawnmower that lasts. Oh.
Hi, Mr. Wilson. We're here.
Good. Stay there. And keep that flea bag mongrel on your side of the fence, too.
What are you doing with the lawn motor, Mr. Wilson?
Nothing yet. I'm just trying to get the dad-blasted thing started.
Morning, George.
Oh. Good morning, Henry.
George, when are you going to break down and buy a new mower?
This one works just fine once it gets started.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, Dennis. Good luck, George.
Hey.
Here, Mr. Wilson. Let me try. It works! Great! Now... Grab it, Mr. Attaboy, Ruff. Help him.
Stop it, you mutt.
Here, boy. Come on, Ruff. Mr. Wilson, aren't you glad Ruff is starting to listen to you now? Are you sure he won't get in trouble for this? Are you kidding? This way, my dad can play golf on Saturday. We'll be heroes. If I help you, I'm in bat first. Next time we play flies and grounders. No problem. Properly engineered, these trenches will have to be dug in such a way as to minimize the number of linear feet of PVC pipe required. I'll leave that to you, Hebe. There's only one thing. We have to be real careful not to disturb Mr. Wilson. I don't think he's in a very good mood today. Dennis, your dad's going to have the best sprinkler system on the block. We gotta hurry. So we'll be done before he gets home. Joey, you're supposed to think like Gina. Hey, guys, there's something stuck in the ground here. Yeah, what is it? What is it, Dennis? Dennis? It's some kind of giant bone. Help me pull it out. Wow! Look at the size of this thing. It looks like a prehistoric baseball bat. I bet it's a dinosaur bone, like I saw in the museum. You could be right. It resembles the tibia of a creature from the Jurassic period, most likely a Camptosaurus. Did you hear that, Joey? Camptosaurus. Yeah, from the Jurassic period. I gotta go tell Mr. Wilson. He won't be mad anymore when he sees this. Dennis, look what I just got. It's Bonnie the bride. She's beautiful and smell French perfume. Yeah, I can't breathe. If you were a girl, you'd love it. I'm a girl, and I think it's gross. Margaret, nobody's interested in your dumb old bride doll. I found a dinosaur bone. Look, yuck. It's probably just the bone of an ox. It's not an ox. Oxen were common in this part of the country 100 years ago. It's a dinosaur, and Dennis found it. Who cares? A bride doll prepares me for my role as a woman, which is more than I can say for your dirty old ox bone. And I'm leaving before you have a chance to get any of that dirt on me. Now I can go show Mr. Wilson my dinosaur bone. Come on, guys.
Dennis Mitchell! What is the meaning of this? You've dug up half the yard.
I was gonna surprise Dad by digging the sprinkler system. But look, I surprised myself by finding a real dinosaur bone.
Look at you. All of you. You are covered with dirt from head to toe. Now, what are your mothers going to say? You better go home and face the music. Go on. Scoot.
Bye, Dennis. Bye, Dennis. See ya.
As for you, young man, it is straight into the tub with you. Oh, leave that thing outside.
I can't leave it outside. It's a valuable discovery.
Well, then it's going to have to go in the tub, too. It's filthy. You too rough. Come on. Yuck.
Oh, Mom, you just don't appreciate dirt.
And I don't think your father's going to appreciate the holes you dug in the yard either.
When I get big, I'm gonna build a house that doesn't have any corners.
Dennis, supper time.
I decided to send me to bed without any supper, since it's mostly vegetables.
Dennis?
Okay.
So, what are we going to do about the lawn?
I'll try to get to it this weekend. He was only trying to help. What is that noise? Dennis?
Oh, honey, don't bring that thing to the table.
What in the world?
I'm not going to eat it, Dad. I'm just going to look at it.
Oh, I'm late for my meeting. Mwah. I think I'll let you two fight over where the bone sits. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Oh, sweetheart, do me a favor and clean up afterwards.
Sure, honey.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. I know that to you, the answer to this question is obvious, but what exactly is that?
I found it when we were digging your sprinkler system. Margaret says it's from an ox, but Peavy says it's from a real dinosaur bone. Is it?
Well, it's certainly the biggest I've seen, but I have no idea if it's a dinosaur bone.
Could we call your friend? You know, Dr. Skylark. Maybe he can come look at it.
Gee, Dennis, I don't know. I'm sure he's a very busy man. Well, all right, I'll try. After you finish your vegetables.
You will? Oh, boy, I love vegetables.
Okay, been after me all day to come up here to the attic. Now you got me here. What did you want to show me?
Just keep your shirt on, George. I'll be with you in a minute.
And let's turn that noise down. Think with that thing blasting in my ear.
You liked that music when we went to Waikiki on our honeymoon.
Yeah, that was 39 years ago.
40. Remember this?
Your wedding dress.
We decided to get married on the same date as our first date.
I planned it that way so I wouldn't miss the 7th game in case the series went all the way.
George Wilson, our anniversary is in 2 weeks, and I want us to do something special.
Oh, be serious, Martha. They'll probably have a nice special on TV. We'll pour some sparkling apple cider. Won't be any traffic, any crowds, no tipping.
George, listen to me. I am serious.
All right, then what do you want to do?
Well, go to dinner, go dancing.
Fine. You pick the place, you make the reservation.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii? Did you take a fall today, Martha? You must be delirious. Here. Go buy yourself some macadamia nuts. Maybe get a new copy of that record. I think I'd like it better without the scratches. And don't forget to bring me the change.
I couldn't believe it either, Bartley. We were in the museum, and there was your name. Well, it's great you can come. Dennis is thrilled. Well, it better not be an ox bone after all the phone calling to track you down. Oh, okay, great. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey.
Yay! Wow, Dad. Thanks. I can't believe it. He's coming here. Yay! Hooray!
How nice you started the celebration early. Meet the new chairlady of the Neighborhood Association.
Oh, that's great, hon. Congratulations.
Just a minute, Dennis. And our first order of business is to stop that gas station from going in down the block.
What? He's coming here to see my dinosaur bone, and he's staying with us.
Well, that's wonderful, dear. Who's he?
Barclay Schuyler III, the dinosaur hunter.
You found Barclay and he's coming here?
He's on his way to Denver with some dig samples that need carbon dating. He said it would be no problem to drop by.
Oh.
Isn't it great, Mom? A real dinosaur hunter is going to examine my discovery. We'll show Margaret.
Boy, we were a couple of crazy kids.
You did crazy things?
Well, I wasn't always a daddy, you know.
Oh, but you weren't in the same league as Barclay.
I remember graduation night when he got arrested for flooding the dean's office.
And you bailed him out with your last $50, which he never repaid. Well, I better go get the guest room ready. And you, young man, it's time for bed. Go wash your face.
But, Mom, my face is nice and sleepy now. If I wash it, it'll wake up again.
Go
Dennis.
on. I'll be right up to tuck you in.
And tell me a story.
Alice, Barclay's led a life most of us only dream of. I can't wait to see him again.
Oh, neither can I. Like I can't wait to see the next tornado.
Hello? Who died?
Hi, Mr. Wilson. Did you know you and me are the only ones up?
Why are you calling me in the middle of the night?
'Cause you're my best friend. And I wanted to tell you the dinosaur hunter is coming to our house.
Does he know that dinosaurs are extinct?
What?
Extinct. And that's what you're going to be if you ever call me again in the middle of the night.
Dinosaurs stink. Gosh, you learn something new every day.
Joey, at this hour, I'm gonna call his mother. Dennis, calm Rob down!
It's him! It's him!
The Mitchell residence, I presume?
Barclay.
Before breakfast. What a nice surprise. Come in.
Hello, Alice. Oh. You look as gorgeous as ever.
You haven't changed a bit since graduation night.
And you old son of a gun. Oh, and this must be your little dinosaur hunter. Hello, Tiger.
Hi, Dr. Skylark.
Call me Bones. Everybody does.
Okay, Bones. Here it is.
Dennis, give him a chance to catch his breath. He just got here.
Gosh, I hope we didn't pull you too far out of your way.
Well, is it? Is it really a dinosaur bone?
Just your typical, everyday, garden variety bone. From your typical, everyday, garden variety dinosaur. A Camptosaurus is my guess.
It's real. It's real. It is a dinosaur bone.
Now listen, Tom. I want you and Corey to drop everything and get here right away. No, I'll take care of the TV stations and the press. I'm guessing Jurassic, but possibly Cretaceous. Either way, it's a fantastic find. Oh, Henry, let me help you with that.
Well, it's no trouble. You go on with your phone call.
Oh, yes, they're very close friends. They do anything for me. All right. See you tomorrow. Ciao.
Barclay? I was planning lamb chops for dinner tonight, if that's okay with you.
Oh, lamb chops are fine. Unless, of course, you can find milk-fed veal.
Milk-fed veal?
Yeah, wafer-thin, sautéed butter with a light herb sauce, basil preferably, if it's no bother.
Oh, it's No bother at all.
Your trunk is up in the guest room.
Oh, listen, you can take this up, too. It's got my samples in it for Denver. Too valuable to leave outside. Oh, also, I'll need that big metal equipment box in the truck.
No problem.
And I'll need 20 grand.
Are you speaking to me?
Well, yeah. I figure that's what it'll take to develop this dig, give or take a few thousand.
Develop what dig?
Well, this one here. You don't stop with one bone, Henry.
Where would you get that kind of money?
A grant. Maybe from some large corporation who's willing to act as a sponsor. For example, the company you work for.
Aerospace General?
Well, why not? I mean, the publicity alone's worth twice that much. And besides, the entire cost is deductible. Maybe you ought to suggest it to your boss, huh?
Forget it, Bones. No way. I'm sure my company wouldn't be interested.
Oh, we'll get into that later. You look tired. How about I get you some orange juice?
Bones gave me this to keep. It's a Triceratops tooth. Boy, are you lucky. Hi, Dennis. Where'd you get that outfit? Bones gave it to me. And he gave me this, too. It's probably just an ox tooth. Want to play house? Forget it, Margaret. From now on, I won't have time to play anything. Why? 'Cause he's gonna be a famous dinosaur hunter. Dennis Mitchell, you're always making up some excuse not to play house. Only this time it's true. I won't even have time to go to school. I'll be too busy exploring and stuff. Oh, really? And just where do you intend to do all this exploring? All over the world. Africa, Siberia, Outer Magnolia. Outer Magnolia? Dennis, you're impossible. That's what Mom says. Come on, Joey. We can't waste any more valuable exploring time with her.
How much further?
Come on, you can do it.
I don't know
There
about
he
this.
Come on! Come on!
I never knew you had to be in such good shape to get in shape.
You're doing great. Why the sudden interest in exercise?
Well, I want to be ready for my hula lessons.
Hula lessons in this town?
Oh, George and I are going to Hawaii for our 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh, Martha, that's wonderful. Oh, how did you ever talk George into that?
Well, I haven't yet. You see, we went there on our honeymoon, and I want to go back. Well, George won't spend the money to take me, so I am taking him.
Little mad money you've been squirreling away?
I've applied for a job at the Candy Emporium. My interview is tomorrow.
Well, good for you. I like your spunk. Oh, I bet you had a whale of a time convincing George to let you out of the house.
Oh, he doesn't know anything about it.
Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Clemens?
Yes, Mitchell, come on in. Look who's here.
Henry! Dan and I were just saying good things about you.
Congratulations. That's one heck of an idea you've come up with.
What idea?
Now, don't play dumb, Henry. He's talking about your idea to get Aerospace General to sponsor the dinosaur dig.
I didn't have any
Will you knock off the Mr. Modesty bit? It's not fooling anyone. I tell you, Dan, this guy's amazing. Even in college, he'd let other people take credit for the things he did.
It's absolutely perfect. We get $1 million worth of publicity in exchange for the cost of a couple of picks and shovels. And, of course, the expert services of the dinosaur hunter himself.
Mr. Clemens, about the dinosaur
Mitchell,
dig.
I've come up with a real grabber of a slogan. Listen to this. Aerospace General, the company that looks to the future while respecting the past. How do you like it?
To tell the truth,
Brilliant, Dan. Absolutely brilliant. What a team. The bold, innovative captain of industry and the dashing, adventurous paleontologist. Both brought together by that faithful, hardworking employee, Henry Mitchell.
How could you do that to me? You used my name to get in to see my boss.
To score you a few points.
Henry, he loved the idea.
But it wasn't my idea. It was yours. You should have talked to me. I haven't even said you could dig in my yard. I only asked you here to see if Dennis had found a real dinosaur bone.
And he did. But Henry, we just can't leave it at that. This has the smell of a major discovery. It could be your legacy to the community. The Henry Mitchell find. You'll be famous.
I don't think so.
Did I say the Henry Mitchell find? The Dennis Mitchell find.
The Dennis Mitchell find.
Just give me a week. My assistants are already in town.
Well, all right. But no big deal, okay?
You won't even know we're there.
Professor! Take a picture, please. Professor! That's good, thank you.
The ground we now stand on has been an eyewitness to the very beginnings of history. My task, to unearth its vast secrets.
Thanks, Dr. Scholar, with KABE-TV.
No, call me Bones. Everyone does.
Excuse me, I've got to make the 3 o'clock network feed. Bones, how does this compare to your other North American finds?
Potentially, this could be even bigger than the Sand Canyon discovery in Utah.
Actually, what evidence do you have besides a single bone found by a little boy?
Miss Flanagan, that bone is our evidence. What more does one need?
Isn't it true that this
And
discovery
speaking of that little boy, I'd like you all to meet the young man who is rewriting the history of the Earth. Dennis Mitchell.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dennis. See, I told you it was a Camptosaurus. Hey, Dennis, I'm over here. Me too, Dennis. He's my boyfriend. We're gonna get married. Margaret, get real. Just for the record, Margaret and I are not going to get married.
Dennis, have you actually considered a career in paleontology?
What's that?
What he means is, do you want to do what Bones Schuyler does when you grow up?
Mom says I should, because you get to dig in the dirt all the time. Don't you, Bones?
You sure do.
Hi, Dennis. Look, there's my best friend, Mr. Wilson. And Mrs. Wilson. Hey, Mr. Wilson. Come on over and meet the dinosaur hunter. And you can come too, Mrs. Wilson. And bring some cookies.
I'll be right over.
Not a chance.
Welcome to Dinosaur Country.
Isn't this exciting?
Sure is.
Okay, I'm all ready. Can I dig here?
Whoa, not so fast. We've got to do this a millimeter at a time. After all, we paleontologists don't want to disturb anything important, do we?
Yeah, we sure don't.
You see, you start with the spot where you found the bone, Dennis. Oh, watch your step. Then we'll carefully cover the terrain in a surface survey.
Bones, if they find a dinosaur under here, can I keep it?
Oh, I'm afraid not, Dennis. But there is a very good chance that they'll name it after you.
After me? Oh, wow. A Dinosaurus. I'm gonna be famous.
Oh, famous is hardly the word. Soon this very spot will be crawling with important scientists from all over the world. All because of a bone that you dug up. Dennis, this must really be a momentous occasion for you.
It sure is. What does momentous mean?
See you later, George.
Doctor's appointment?
No.
Racetrack, huh?
Job interview. They're looking for a sales lady down at the Candy Emporium in the mall where I got the macadamia nuts. I applied for the job.
You did what?
It's only part-time.
You can't get a job. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's un-American.
George, if you won't take me to Hawaii, then I'm gonna have to take you, and that takes money.
Hawaii. So that's what this is all about.
No, George. Anniversary. That's what this is all about. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here's your change. Well, gotta hurry. I might miss my bus.
And don't forget to get me some nut fudge. She'll be back with her tail between her legs before you can say time clock. Scat! Get away from there, or I'll call a dog catcher. Go on now. Get in your own yard. Okay, stay there.
You shouldn't be so hard on poor Ruff. He was born with the same instincts I was, to dig things up.
At least you don't do it in my rose garden. Ever since they moved in, he's been digging in the same blasted spot. As if there weren't enough digging going on around here as it is.
You should be thankful it is, George. Dennis discovering that bone could put this town on the map.
I like it fine right where it is, where nobody can find it.
Oh, good morning, Martha. You're looking stunning today.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Schuyler.
Now, don't forget the slideshow tonight.
Oh, wouldn't miss that for the world.
Martha. So, back already, I see.
Hi, George. I brought you these.
Oh, a little peace offering. Oh, Martha, you didn't have to do that. A little groveling would have been enough.
Why should I grovel?
Because you didn't get the job, that's why. But don't you worry. I'll take you back, Martha.
No, George. I did get the job. It just so happens I don't start work until tomorrow. And just for that, I'm going to give the nut fudge to Dennis. George Wilson, that's enough.
Dennis can't eat it all.
I can try.
Hey, that's enough, young man. You had plenty of dessert.
Great shortcake, Alice.
Thanks.
I'll take another piece if it's not too much trouble.
No trouble.
And hit the lights on your way out, would you please?
Sure.
It's showtime. Now, here we are near Missoula, Montana, with the skull of a Tyrannosaurus.
I don't see any skull.
I'm standing on it.
This is the mandible of a giant sloth that our expedition found in the treacherous months in Zulu warrior territory.
25 Frenchmen and I discovered a perfectly preserved iguanodon. Unfortunately, we ran out of film before it was fully unearthed.
Fascinating, Bones.
Dennis, too much of that is bad for your teeth.
And I'll only eat just enough.
Of course, here we are in northern China at the Chaokutian.
Haven't you got pictures of anything beside yourself?
Hush, George.
As I was saying, here we are in northern China, part feature article in the anniversary issue of Paleontology Digest. Here's the shot they used on the cover of People magazine. They gave me the name Dinosaur Hunter. It stuck.
Here we are in the Peruvian Amazon, Compass headhunter country. That's a Titanosaurus tibia.
A Titanosaurus tibia.
Yep, I was on 21 talk shows that year.
That's it, Dennis Mitchell. No more candy.
Lighten up, Alice. This is a special occasion. Besides, Martha did bring it for him.
Yeah, Mom, she did bring it for me.
Bedtime, Dennis.
Hey, we haven't even gotten to the Siberian dig yet.
Well, Dennis is just gonna have to skip Siberia. Now scoot upstairs. Dad will be up to tuck you in.
I want Bones to tuck me in.
Go on, say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, Mrs. Wilson.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, I'll be up.
Good night, Mr. Wilson. Good night, Bones.
Good night, Tiger.
Good night, Dennis.
Good night, Dad.
Didn't you forget something?
Aw, Dad.
Whew. Next time he wakes up, it's your turn. This time it was Zulu warriors chasing him, Teddy, and Ruff trying to steal his nut fudge.
Is he at least asleep?
Oh, for now. Oh, I am so annoyed at Barkley for all that talk about warriors and headhunters.
He has led an exciting life.
Yeah, well, our lives are going to be pretty exciting tomorrow with Dennis being up half the night.
Bones is having an effect on things, isn't he?
That's an understatement, I'd say. Henry, we have to do something about this. The news people are hounding us to death. Our neighbors are starting to complain. And I'm really worried that somebody's gonna fall in one of those pits and sue us.
Honey, don't worry. Bones knows exactly what he's doing.
Yes. Why does that bother me?
And there's me being interviewed for the 5 o'clock news. There's me at the main dig examining excavation samples with my paleontology friends. And there's me digging for more bones. And there's you, Ruff.
More bones to be found. Sentiment in the neighborhood is
And there's me helping the surveyors.
The crowds attracted by the digging activity.
There's me with Bones Schuyler III.
Dennis Patrick Mitchell, you get up here right this minute.
Uh-oh, I'm in big trouble. She's yelling all 3 of my names.
I could stick him in the corner for a week. Ooh.
What's the matter, Alice?
Look at this mess. What did you call me?
Alice!
Whatever happened to Mom and Dad?
Bones says he used to call his parents by their first name. I think it's neato.
Well, I don't. Until further notice, I am Mom and Dad is Dad. Now clean this up.
I bet Bones never had to clean up.
Don't be too sure.
He said his parents wanted him to feel free to express himself.
Express himself. Great. Next, he'll have you finger painting the walls.
Only this one.
Dennis!
If you think being a dog is tough, try being a kid sometime.
What are you in for?
Art.
Oui, c'est un Camptosaurus. Oui, ah oui, c'est surprenant. C'est le plus grand trou pour ce siècle. Oui, oh, il va fantastique dans votre musée. Moi? Oui, moi. OK, bon, au revoir.
What was all that about?
That was the Paris Museum of Natural History. I'm asking them to pay for a portion of the dig in exchange for a 20-year lease on the skeleton once we dig it up.
Wait a minute. I thought Aerospace General was paying for all this.
Oh, we need more capital, Henry. I'm afraid the dig's costing more than I thought it would.
Now, hold on. You promised us you'd be out of here by the end of the week, and from the looks of things, you're nowhere near leaving.
But we're inches away from a new find. I tell you, I can feel it.
Look, Bones, I think we have to reconsider this whole thing. The neighbors are upset.
Look, Henry, can I be straight with you? I mean, really straight.
Of course.
I'm on the skids, Hank. Tapped out.
You're broke? But all those write-ups about you, all that publicity, those cover stories.
Try paying the rent with a Xerox of a newspaper article.
Okay, then, all those speaking tours you do, they've got to pay you something.
Well, sure they do. Just enough to buy the gas it takes to get there. Henry, my career is hanging by a thread. What you've got lying under your front lawn could really turn things around for me.
Barkley, I had no idea.
Please, Henry, I don't know how many chances I have left. You gotta help me.
If all you need is a little more time.
A week. 2 at the most. We'll even put in that new sprinkler system you wanted.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I want to. After all, what are friends for, huh?
Ever since Dennis found that dad-blasted dinosaur bone, the neighborhood is crawling with strangers. Some from as far as 3 blocks away.
Well, never mind that, George. I want to give you instructions on how to use the washer.
I know how to use a washer.
Well, now I have separated all the laundry for you. Now, the colored things you use in a cold water rinse with a softener, no bleach. Now, the whites, you can use some bleach, but you only do it during the wash cycle. And run it through a spin dry and then through a hot rinse. And make sure you take everything out the minute it dings, or the clothes will lose all their fluffiness.
What do you take me for? A child?
Oh, George, nobody could ever take you for a child. Which reminds me, we're out of cookies. I'd better bake some for Dennis tonight. There's my ride.
Your ride?
Mr. Bonfigley, the owner, he offered to pick me up on the way in. Wasn't that sweet? Be right there, Mr. Bonfigley.
Martha?
It's so nice of you to pick me up. What a beautiful car.
Don't forget to vacuum. Hi, Mrs. Mitchell.
Oh, hello, Margaret. Dennis isn't here right now.
I know. That's why I'm here. Mrs. Mitchell, can we talk? Woman talk?
Certainly. Sounds serious.
It is. Dennis won't play with me. In fact, ever since he found that dinosaur, he hardly speaks to me. I've done everything I can think of. I even got a new groom doll and named it Dennis, but nothing seems to work.
Maybe you should change your approach.
My approach?
You want Dennis to play with you, right?
Of course.
And Dennis isn't really interested in Bonnie the bride and your new groom doll, right?
Amazing, isn't it?
The way to show someone you really like them is to take an interest in what interests them. Dennis seems really interested in all this dinosaur stuff right now. So maybe you could try that.
So instead of trying to make him do what I want, I should do what he wants.
Exactly.
How foolish I've been. It's so simple.
It certainly is. You just show him that you respect the things he likes.
I'm putting away my bride doll. From now on, I'm a different girl. It's the revolutionary, all-new Margaret. It's the battle of the killer dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus versus Stegosaurus. Can I play? I don't play dolls. Yeah, he doesn't play dolls. Who's asking you to? I want to play dinosaurs. You do? Sure. I love dinosaurs. Since when? I've always loved them. And I think it would be the best thing ever to play dinosaurs with you. What do you think, Joey? You decide. You're 6 months older than I. Okay, you can play. Oh, goody. What are you doing? This is the daddy dinosaur, and this is the mommy dinosaur, and these are their babies. Oh.
Martha! Miss, no. Get back in there, boy. Oh. P.S. If the washer overflows. Oh, confound it. Where are the rest of these instructions?
Hi, Mr. Wilson. Got any cookies?
Oh, no, Menace, there are no cookies.
Are you sure he didn't leave me just one?
Yes, I'm quite sure. Can't you see I'm trying to turn off this dad-blasted washing machine?
Oh, that's easy. George Wilson. You pinhead. When are you gonna buy me a new washing machine? That's what Mrs. Wilson does.
Miss Flanagan!
leaving, are you?
Sorry, Bones, we're on our way to another story.
But why? We've just scratched the surface. We're onto something big here.
I'm sure you are, but my boss says 3 days without some major new development is long enough. Sorry.
But I could give you an exclusive on this.
If you get something hot, call the local station. It'll go national on the satellite feed. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck.
Alice, may we come in?
Oh, certainly, Barbara. Sit down.
It's about what's going on out there. Ever since Dennis found that bone, this entire neighborhood has been a disaster area.
Oh, don't I know it?
The street is so jammed with cars, we can't even get out of our own driveway.
And I can't get Gina to do her homework. And people keep stealing our trash cans for souvenirs.
It's simply gotten out of hand.
Oh, believe me, I feel exactly the same way.
And since you and Henry are responsible, we're here to inform you that you've been relieved of your duties as chair lady of the neighborhood association.
Excuse me, coming through. Pardon me, please. Hi, hon.
Hi.
Boy, it's like an obstacle course out there, getting worse every day.
Oh, you noticed.
Uh-oh. Something I said? Or is it Dennis?
Oh, I wish it were. Henry, I can't take much more of this. Our lives have been turned upside down. The neighborhood's become Grand Central Station. And to top it off, I've been thrown out of the neighborhood association, chair and all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know how important this was to me. I worked for a whole year to organize this neighborhood against the spread of urban blight, and then I get thrown out.
But why? Nobody's worked harder than you.
Why? Take a look out our front door. We're all up in arms about a gas station going in down the block. That is nothing compared to what's out there right now. Henry, I want this dig stopped and Barclay Schuyler out of my house now.
It's not that easy. Aerospace General is sponsoring this. I can't be the one to shut it down.
Oh, yes, you can.
Besides, Barclay's kind of fallen on hard times. This is very important to him.
Henry, I am sorry if Barclay is having a tough time, but that is his problem, not ours. We can't rearrange our whole lives just so he can have another plaque in a museum. Our yard is a mess. People are tracking mud in here by the truckloads. Our neighbors won't speak to us. And most importantly, it's Dennis. Barclay's got him calling us by our first names, finger painting the walls. Henry, I swear to you...
Okay, you're right. I'll talk to him.
Now.
Now.
No. Oh.
Bo! Come back here!
Hi, Dad!
Bo! Stop!
Whoa! This is great, Bones!
All right! Hey, what do you think, champ?
Neato! Great!
Bones, that does it. You know I don't want Dennis riding in that motorcycle.
Just taking him for a little spin. No big deal.
It is a big deal. And the spin is over.
You told me you used to ride a motorcycle when you were in college.
That's right. They called him Blow-by Mitchell.
Blow-by?
That was just some silly nickname, and it was a long time ago.
They called him that because he'd blow by anything on wheels. Yep. No one on campus could touch your father.
Wow! Blow-by Mitchell.
Go on. Show him how you used to do it.
Oh, look, this is ridiculous.
Come on, Dad. Show me.
Well, maybe just one quick little spin. Gee, never rode one of these before.
Piece of cake.
You'll catch on to it right away.
There he goes.
Yeah, man!
Oh, hey! Hey! Yeehaw! Oh, boy, this is great!
Way to go, Dad!
Hey, Dennis! Woo!
Dad, you're the greatest. You should have seen Dad, Mom. He went around the corner like this. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yeah, you should have seen him, Alice. Just like the old days.
Well, did you two have your little talk?
About what?
Henry?
Why don't you go upstairs and wash your face and hands, champ?
Okay, but they'll just get dirty again.
Why do I think that talk was supposed to be about my leaving?
Oh, don't be silly, Barkley. It's just that
You don't have to tell me. No one's ever prepared for how thoroughly something like that disrupts their lives.
It's not that we don't appreciate your coming.
Alice, Henry, don't put yourselves through all this. I'm leaving.
What?
Well, the dig is over. Finito. History. Without some further corroborating find, there's no point in digging any further. We'll be pulling out tomorrow.
Hi, Bones. What are you doing in Mr. Wilson's yard?
Shh, not so loud. I'm planting something. It's a surprise.
Gee, I don't think you oughta. Mr. Wilson doesn't like surprises.
Oh, he'll like this surprise. It'll make him famous.
He already is famous. Every kid on the block knows to stay away from his house.
Oh, I mean world famous.
And rich, too. Wouldn't you like your friend Mr. Wilson to have lots and lots of money?
I sure would. Then Mrs. Wilson wouldn't have to go to work. And Mr. Wilson wouldn't be so lonesome anymore.
That's right. That's why you mustn't say a word about this to anyone. Understand?
I think so.
Dinosaur Hunter's promise?
Dinosaur Hunter's promise. Hi, Mrs. Wilson.
Good morning, Dennis.
I've come to walk you to the bus stop. Mom says you always have to be a gentleman, even when you don't get any cookies.
Well, she's right, but I just happen to have a surprise for you anyway.
Oh, boy, my favorite.
Well, they're not as many as I usually make, but I think that might just last you the day.
Thanks a lot.
I hope they're okay. You know, I was about half awake when I made them. This job of mine just doesn't seem to leave me time to do anything. And today, I've got the early shift.
Don't worry, Mrs. Wilson. Pretty soon, you'll be able to quit that job, because you're going to have billions and millions of dollars.
We are? Where did you hear that?
Can't tell you. It's a secret. But the good part is you'll be able to stay home and take care of Mr. Wilson.
Oh, I think George is perfectly capable of taking care of himself.
I don't know. He's always going around talking to you, even when you're not there.
Talking to me?
Yeah. You know, when he bangs his thumb, or burns his dinner, or falls off the ladder, he always says, Martha!
Oh, thanks for telling me that, Dennis.
Want a cookie?
Why, thank you. So, what is this big secret?
I can't tell you. Dinosaur Hunter's promise.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, sounds serious to me.
Operator, would you give me the number of KABE-TV?
I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I'm happy he never found that dinosaur. Now our lives can get back to normal again after all this insanity.
Did someone mention insanity? I believe that's my cue.
Bones! This calls for a celebration.
Celebration?
You found the Apatosaurus? Oh, if only. No, it's more like a farewell drink between old college chums. To a couple of true blue friends who were willing to put up with me for all this time.
Thank you.
I love you guys. Cheers.
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 Wow, what a tough break. All that hard work for nothing.
Oh, we both felt really terrible about it.
Hey, those are the breaks of the paleontology game. You find a few, you lose a few. The important thing is it brought us all together again, just like the old days.
Alice! You mangy mutt! Get out of my roses! Alice! Alice!
What is it, Mr. Wilson?
Would you get over here and get this darn dog?
I'll take care of it. I'm dressed.
Shoot! Just get away.
Let me give you a hand with that, Mr. Wilson.
All right, you hold the dog, and I'll try to get this bone away from him. Let go. Turn it loose. Let go of that, you mangy mutt. Oh, for gosh sake. Will you pull on it? Yeah, give me that. Hi! Come on, give me that.
I'm Phil Sanchez, KABE TV.
If you're taking a survey, all I ever watch is bowling for dollars. Will you pull harder? Whose side are you on, mine or the dog's?
I'm here on a story.
All right. Get ready for Man Bites Dog.
Mr. Wilson, we got a tip that someone was going
All
to...
right, just stand aside, young fella. All right. Catch!
Freeze! Do you realize what you're holding in your hand?
What?
History.
Dr. Schuyler, what is it?
If I'm not mistaken, it's the mandible of a Stegosaurus stenops. And a femur. And a metacarpus.
What the heck are you babbling about?
Congratulations, Mr. Wilson. Looks like you're sitting on a real dinosaur graveyard.
Get set up right away. We're gonna go live remote.
Your life will never be the same.
I was afraid of that.
First bone was discovered by the Mitchell's 6-year-old son, whose father made him dig the trenches for their sprinkler system. And next door is the Wilson house. The Wilsons are in their 60s. He's a retired postal worker, and his wife, Martha, supports them.
Right this way, folks. Upstairs here's where the dinosaur hunter sleeps. And that's my room over there. And this here's my mom. She's lots prettier in real life.
The first bone was discovered by the Mitchell's 6-year-old son.
Will you
whose father
people
made him
get
dig the
away
trenches
from
for their
here?
sprinkler system.
This
Next door is the
is
Wilson
private
house.
property.
The Wilsons are in their 60s.
That's
He's
him,
a retired
the one who
postal
found the
worker, and his
bone.
wife, Martha, supports him. Next stop on the tour is the automated grain elevator built by the Ferguson family in 1979. Well,
Ah, morning, Mitchell.
I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Clemens. I ran into some heavy traffic in my driveway.
No, don't worry. You'll soon be moving into a much bigger and better place.
What do you mean?
Bones called me. Told me all about your idea for Dinosaur Land.
Dinosaur Land?
Yes, like Disneyland. Only ours will have a total prehistoric theme. Maybe even a mechanical dinosaur ride. But why am I telling you? You're the one who came up with the idea.
He told you it was my idea?
Oh, Bones was right. You really do hate to blow your own horn, don't you?
No, it's just that
Mitchell, it is brilliant, and the company agrees with me. Not only is it great public relations, but the money boys have shown me how we can actually make a profit on operating this thing.
Aerospace General is going into the amusement park business?
Thanks to you. Luckily, I was able to get the boys down at the state capitol to move quickly on the prehistorical site question. Makes condemning your neighborhood a lot easier.
Condemning the neighborhood? You mean we're all going to have to move? The Wilsons, our friends and neighbors?
It's called progress. Besides, you'll make a tidy little profit selling your house.
But we don't want a profit. We don't want to move either.
Mitchell? I just told you. Aerospace General, the company you work for, likes the idea. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Now dig carefully, Ruff, so you don't disturb the specimens. So there you are, Dennis Mitchell. My catcher's man. And Dopey Dinosaur. Why did you guys bring all that stuff? Our mom said we have to give back all the things we borrowed from you. Why? Since we're all going to have to move. 'Cause of Dinosaur Land. We won't get to play flies and grounders anymore. And it's all your fault. What did I do? You're the one who called the dumb dinosaur hunter. And I think you did all this on purpose, just so you wouldn't have to marry me. Did not, but I would have. Doesn't Margaret remind you of one of those pictures you're supposed to find 10 things wrong with? It doesn't matter what Margaret says, Dennis. We're not mad at you. But if we move, the odds are 3 trillion to 1 against ending up in the same neighborhood. But I've got your number, so I can still call you wherever you are. You have to get home now. Bye! See ya! Hi, Mr. Wilson. My mom sent over some lunch for you.
I've got a flash for you. They've got a new invention these days. It's called a doorbell.
It's really good. Lots of chicken and hardly any vegetables. Gruff and me really liked it. Except Gruff threw up. But I didn't. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, no. Not on my Louisiana Purchase proofs. Oh, no.
And look, they put your picture in the newspaper. Where we live is a pre-hysterical site. So they're going to build an amusement park. Boy, I bet you must be real happy.
Happy? Why should I be happy?
On account of all the money you're going to get.
What money? All I'm gonna get is an eviction notice. They're going to put Dinosaur Land right where you're standing.
Then you won't even need the money. You're going to go on all those rides for free. See, I knew there was a reason you ought to be happy.
Dennis, listen to me. I've got reporters hounding me night and day. Tourists gawking in at my windows. Paleontologists tearing up my rose gardens. I'm about to lose my home. Happy? I've never been more miserable in my life.
You're not going to move there, are you? Okay, it's your funeral. Want to play again? Neither do I.
There ought to be a law against what they're doing to our front lawn. You'd think this was Russia.
Oh, please, George. When you get started on Russia, it takes you hours to wind down.
They're trying to turn this place into a dad-blamed amusement park. Dinosaur Land, no less.
You're turning purple. Here, blow into this for a while.
Martha, I don't understand you. You used to care about our home. Now all you seem to care about is that candy store and Mr. Bun Fruity, whatever his name is.
Bon Figley. George, would you like me to quit and stay home?
Why, whatever gave you that idea?
Nothing, just dirty clothes in the hamper, dirty dishes in the sink.
Time management. I'm developing a system. Vacuum Mondays, laundry Tuesdays, dishes every third day. It's a piece of cake.
Why, that's wonderful, George. I had no idea you had such a grasp of housework. Well, if that's the case, I'll sure rest easy tonight. Good night, George.
Yeah. Me too. Good night, Martha.
You couldn't sleep either, huh?
Who could? Tomorrow morning, Aerospace General announces to the world that it's going to turn our neighborhood into a centerpiece for a theme park. Henry, there has got to be something we can do.
I wish I knew what. I've been to the state. They're solidly behind Aerospace General. I've been to the museum board. They're behind Bones.
Oh, it's all happening so fast, I feel like we're on a runaway train. Everyone is so concerned about preserving the habitat of dinosaurs, but no one's concerned about preserving ours. Oh, how can Mr. Clemens be so insensitive?
The company is the largest employer in this community. What's good for Aerospace General is good for the USA. Or at least our little part of it.
I don't agree. We can't just let them come in here and throw us out of our homes because some dinosaurs lived here a few million years ago. There. What do you think?
Aerospace General destroys neighborhoods. You can't carry that.
I sure can. And I made one for you.
Alice, I can't join this demonstration no matter how strongly I feel about it. I'll lose my job.
I don't think Dinosaur Land is such a great idea, Ruff. What do you think?
An unexpected surprise for those of you taking the tour this morning. So get your cameras ready, and we'll show you the very spot where the Mitchell boy made the first discovery. There it is, right there. Later this morning, there
They say that if you sleep on it, the answer will come.
And?
They lie.
Oh, I can't believe Dennis gave Joey this number. Coming. Joey, he's still in bed. I've told you not to call here at this time of the morning. I'll have him call you when he wakes up. Oh, Mr. Clemens, I'm sorry. No, of course he's up. Just a minute.
Hello? Well, yes, I know all about the press conference, but I thought that would just be for you and Bones. No, I plan to go into the office as usual. I see. Well, I think you know how I feel about the whole Dinosaur Land idea, Mr. Clemens. Yes, I do understand. All right. I'll be there. Bye.
Bad news?
Mr. Clemens wants me on the speaker's stand for the press conference.
Well, I'll wave at you from the picket line.
Alice, this is no laughing matter.
I wasn't laughing. That's how I register despair.
And the little dinosaur hunter.
Nursing the effects of dinosaur overdose, I'd say.
Big day, huh? A press conference officially announcing Dinosaur Land. I've been out here since the crack of dawn. Love all this activity. Naturally, there are those who don't share the vision. A small minority.
That small minority consists of our neighbors, in case you haven't noticed.
Alice, what the heck is this?
Just doing my part.
Well, you're not going to pick at Dinosaur Land.
I certainly am.
No more Alice Mitchell. How can you show your face out here?
I may not be chair lady anymore, but I know blight when I see it. I'm on your side.
Then why are you allowing this to continue?
Okay, believe me, I am not allowing anything.
Well, we certainly appreciate you joining us.
I wouldn't miss it. We're victims just like the rest of you.
But you and Henry did start it all.
There's no denying that. No more digging.
No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home.
Fella, I was here first. Find your own garden.
This is my own garden.
No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaur Land.
later.
All right, follow me, honey, now.
Martha?
Well, there's my husband, George. George?
Why, Martha, what are you doing here?
Oh, I work here, silly. Are you coming in to say hello?
No, I can't do that.
Are those for me?
Oh, these ratty little things. I'm just doing some pruning, that's all. Well, if you want them, take them.
Well, of course I want them. Now, please, come on in and say hello. Mr. Bonfigley has been dying to meet you.
I'll bet.
Dominic, I'd like you to meet my husband, George.
This is certainly a pleasure. Martha tells me you're a retired mailman.
Well, not retired exactly. The government still uses me on an emergency basis, sort of a postal troubleshooter.
Really, when was that?
Don't you remember back in, was it 83, when Fenley had that hernia operation?
I wish I could retire and just putter around in the garden, but I'm afraid I've got too much energy for that.
Yeah, I know just what you mean. I myself hardly have any time to putter.
Oh, really, George? How do you use your time?
Racquetball, mostly.
Martha, you didn't tell me George played racquetball.
Oh, didn't I? Must have slipped my mind.
Well, I've got to run.
Oh, you jog, too?
Oh, nothing better to keep a fella in shape. Well, it's time for my regular 5-mile run, dear. I'll see you at home. Awfully nice meeting you. Dom.
Same here, George.
Move that hot dog cart, you peanut head.
Two for the price of one today.
Everybody move back just a little bit.
Dinosaurs. Inflatable dinosaurs already blown up today.
Will you get out of my roses?
Hell, you know you're about out of flowers.
Did you ever hear of Corregidor?
Lighten up. I'm out of here.
Hey, Dennis! Let's play Dinosaur Hunter? Nah. Here. Thanks! Oh boy, does this mean I can wear it all day? You can have it. I don't want it. Thanks, but why don't you want it anymore? Just don't. Dennis, do you really think we're all going to have to move? I don't know. Will we still live close together? I don't know. Will we still be friends? I don't know, Joey. I'm only 6. I don't either. But I know I don't want to move. Neither do I. Ruff, do you know what'll happen if we have to move? I won't be able to play with Gina, Peebee, Joey, or even old Margaret ever again.
Down with Dinosaurland. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaurland. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaurland. Dinosaur hunters go home. No more digging. Down with Dinosaurland. Dinosaur hunters
your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Welcome. Welcome. We at Aerospace General are delighted that all of you could join us this morning. Today, in addition to dedicating this site, we are going to explain to all of you exactly how you'll benefit from this enterprise.
I'll benefit when you just pack up and get the heck out of here.
Yeah. And so, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Henry Mitchell and his son, Dennis.
Alice, how can Henry let himself be a part of this?
He doesn't have much choice, Kay.
Where's Dennis?
Here he is.
Well, come on up.
I don't think that's such a good idea, Mr. Clemens.
Nonsense. The boy's a hero. Come on up, Dennis.
Come on, Dennis.
Hat on and everything.
I give you Henry Mitchell and Dennis Mitchell.
I'm not very good at this, so I'll make it short and to the point. I'm very proud that Dennis found the dinosaur bone. And even though I have been introduced as someone who would support Dinosaur Land, what I really want to say is that I think we should work to stop this project dead in its tracks.
Right on, Henry!
Right on, Henry.
Martha, what are you doing here?
Now, you don't think I'd leave you here to face all this alone, do you? I quit.
You quit?
Mitchell, do you know what you're doing?
Yes, Mr. Clemens, I do. I know exactly what I'm doing. We all have friendships here, and our children have friendships. And those are more important than any dinosaur digs or amusement parks. We don't have to sit by and watch our property taken away. All we have to do is make ourselves heard. I think it's great that many of you have come out to picket, but picketing isn't the answer. Action is. It all started right here in our yard, and it's going to end here. There isn't going to be any dinosaur land, or any more dinosaur digs.
Mitchell, I thought I made it clear to you how important this is to your employer.
Yes, Mr. Clemens, you made it crystal clear how important this is to Aerospace General. So I'd better make something clear. The company has been a good employer to me, and I love my job. But if the firm can't accept the fact that I value my family and my neighborhood over an amusement park, then maybe it's the wrong company for me. I am going to fight Dinosaur Land tooth and nail. So to save you the embarrassing job of firing me, I resign. Now, please take your entourage and get off my property.
Hello, could I have your attention, please? I, too, would like to add my congratulations for Henry Mitchell, my old college chum and benefactor, for being such a stand-up guy. Come on, the guy deserves it. Amusement parks are not what this is all about anyway. But we still need to pursue the new Wilson site. We'll get another sponsor. And the next time, we'll minimize the disruption in the neighborhood. In fact, you won't even know we're there. But we need volunteers. People to help me unravel the mysteries and answer the questions surrounding the bones found in George Wilson's roses.
What kind of questions?
Well, Where do they come from? How long have they been there?
That's easy. They came from your blue bag, and they've been there for 3 days. Don't you remember? You put them there.
Kid's cute. Just joking. Aren't you?
He what?
He buried them there. I saw him.
Exactly what is my son saying?
Okay, so I salted the dig.
It happens.
But that's fraud. And what's worse, you involved Dennis.
Henry, I just put a few bones in the ground to buy some time. No big deal.
No big deal. I lost my job because of you.
But, Henry, you called me here.
And your assistants determined that that Camptosaurus bone that Dennis found wasn't even from this area. It was probably brought here by some migrating Indians.
So I fudged a little. I would have cleared it up sooner or later.
After you got on the cover of Time magazine and did a couple of dozen talk shows and had a candy bar named after you.
Too bad it has to end this way, Henry.
Yes, it is. If I hadn't called you, you would have remained my idol for the rest of my life.
You've changed, man. You're no fun anymore.
A second honeymoon in Hawaii. You must be very excited, Martha.
Oh, yes, and George is too, aren't you, George?
Happy as a clam. I got the airline tickets through a bank promotion, and Mr. Bonfigley loaned us a condo.
Where's Dennis? He went to make an adjustment. I told you.
Dennis! Dennis?
I was just trying to give it a rock beat.
Okay, everybody, hot dogs are ready. Who wants a Honolulu dog?
Honolulu dog.
The works, plus pineapple and coconut.
I'll have one. No onions. I'll have two. All the way. I just want a plain hot dog on a plain bun. Me too, Dad.
Here's yours, Ruff. What about you, Margaret?
I don't eat junk food.
Okay, get them while they're hot. Who's next?
I believe I am.
Mr. Clemens. I certainly didn't expect to see you here.
Nonsense, Mitchell. Who doesn't like a good hot dog? Unless, of course, they're made from dinosaur meat.
I'm sorry about what Bones did. It all started out so innocently, then just got completely out of hand.
What you did took courage, Mitchell. I'm the one who should apologize. Anyone who places the needs of his family and friends above the needs of big business should be commended.
Why, thank you, Mr. Clemens.
So, on this little matter of your resignation, I'd prefer not to accept it. You're the kind of employee that Aerospace General needs. The kind we want to build our future on. That is, if you'd like to stay.
Well, of course I do.
Good, good. Well, I must be going.
Stay and finish your hot dog. Here, take one for your driver.
Oh, thanks, Mitchell.
And now for our guests of honor.
Hey, oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Just think this time tomorrow, George and I'll be doing the hula.
All right, but don't forget Eileen.
A happy trip. And happy return to the neighborhood.
Yeah. Now Mrs. Wilson can bake cookies for me anytime she wants.
Oh, it is nice to be retired.
I am retired. You are unemployed.
Except for our yard work.
Say, that reminds me, Henry, I've been meaning to compliment you on how nice your yard looks.
Well, if only we can get the new sprinklers working, it might stay that way. The timer is haywire.
Don't worry, Dad. Me and Peavy fixed it this morning. This is great, Peavy! Come on, Kelly!
I feel. Dennis has a cure for it.